A broken generation. How are you guys doing? Welcome to another day in the life of Demi Griner. Obviously, Demi Griner being me. And this is my podcast, which I do on a daily basis, hopefully, meaning that sometimes it might not happen. However, a broken generation, what does that mean? Well, let me explain it to you. So, I've been seeing things for 28 years now, obviously not really paying attention until it was like 96 or 97, because at that time I was 6 or 7 years old. But it really has been sort of like a weird trip so far. Let me explain. We've gotten to a point where video games are taken so competitively and so deeply in like a weird state of mind. Like, people really take it seriously. And you have companies nowadays making video games, and I don't know if it's because of the price of the hardware is so expensive at times, or if it's legitimately like something with the companies, or it's just something that the players rather do. But we have games being created and developed to a certain thing, and then most people, because they play things competitively and so seriously, they want the best performance out of the video games, so they just lower the graphics of the video games to something ridiculous, where textures are just like blurry, not even with good resolution, they look completely like trash. And this makes me think, it actually makes me think, like, what's going on? Why? I remember, like, at some point in time, people really took into consideration playing games at the best and most quality possible, or highest quality possible. And nowadays it's this. Even I do it. Even I, when I go to Counter-Strike Global Offensive, I lower the graphics to a state where it's like balance between quality and performance. But I don't know, we should, unless you have a low-end computer, you shouldn't be having to do that. And even people with like top of the line video gaming rigs are lowering their graphics to like lowest possible with this, that, and that. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I find this weird. If you find this weird as well, let me know about it. Go at me on Facebook or comment on my blog on grindersverdict.blogspot.com, or just say something, or send me an email at demigrinder@gmail.com or something. I don't know, but I just think it's weird. I think it's a weird thing. And then, because people are just like, we're not requiring the best anymore. We're actually going back. Instead of having the best of the best, we're going back into having like the worst, so that we have the best performance. I don't know, I find it really weird. It's kind of a weird thing. But again, let me know if you think it's just me and I'm just being like a weirdo, a grumpy old man, or if it's, if you think it's legitimate what I'm saying. But about music as well, it's another broken generation, the music scene. The music scene has gone downhill like so much. I actually like listen, because I watch live streams on Twitch all the time, and I was watching this live stream and the guy was playing something, like one of these new rap songs, and I was listening to that and I was like, what is this? What exactly is this? I love like classic hip-hop. I love 70s, 80s, and 90s hip-hop. But stuff from 2000 up to today, on the early 2000s, there was still some good stuff, but even then, it just started being so like simplistic, so like weird rhythms and just like weird stuff into it that doesn't make any sense in my mind. It's just like, what is going on? And especially nowadays, what's the most popular thing is the mumble rap bullshit, which personally, I'm going to tell you, I hate it. I hate it because it promotes to the younger generations, the generations that are coming after this stuff has been introduced into society and has been popularized. They're going to think that that's what's popular and that's what's cool and that's what's for you to do. But it promotes like stupidity. Think about it. It promotes objectifying women and others. It promotes violence. It promotes using drugs. And I'm not saying it's okay, or I'm not saying it's bad to like smoke a joint or two every now and then. But the way these guys promote it, it's like they're high 24/7 and taking pills, Xanax, and whatever have you. It's like, no, why is this even popular? Why are kids even listening to this? I actually legitimately don't understand, because it's not cool. It's like, I listen to this and I don't feel like a badass. And I listen to a song from like 80s or 90s, like Public Enemy songs and Cypress Hill songs, and I feel like a badass sometimes. And I feel like cool. Like you listen to an Ice-T song or an Ice Cube song from back in the days and you feel like, wow, or an NWA song from way back in the days, and you were like, wow, I feel like a badass. But nowadays, I don't feel like a badass. I feel like stupid for listening to that stuff. You know what I mean? And it's not just video games and music. It's literally everything. Like, the memes are losing quality as well. There's a lot of really, like, tasteless, just nonsensical memes out there nowadays that kids love. It's like, I love me stupid humor. But stupid humor for me has to be like the Family Guy type of stupid. You know what I mean? The stupid that's genius. Like a regular guy that doesn't like that type of humor, they look at it and they're like, what is this? Why are you laughing at this? And I'm like, you know, I'm just losing my mind over it because I think it's so funny, because it's like nobody would think of that. That's why when I watch Mr. Pickles, and I think another type of humor that I find very good, and I find it's one of my favorites, is relatable stuff that I find relatable, like when joking about metalheads, for example, and it's something put out together in a nice in terms of like it's funny, you know, but it's stupid, but it's also funny. It's like taken over the extremes. It's just like it doesn't make any sense, and you think, how could anybody think of this? But there it is, and it's funny. It makes you think, and it makes you laugh. So yeah, comedy as well. Comedy has gone down the drains as well. Like a lot of people are, because of the offensive snowflake, or the offended snowflakes rather, they're like, oh my gosh, there's no way you could say that. You can't say that about people. Like, dude, it's a joke. Learn to take it. Like, we can't joke about things nowadays. What the hell? What the hell? What society is this we're living in? We're supposed to take jokes and laugh about it. You know? It's literally a broken generation. It's the future generation that's been broken. It's the present generation that's been broken. It's the past generation that's been broken. It's a bunch of generations that have been broken by this type of world we have nowadays. I mean, even my grandfather, who used to not make fun, but he used to be mad at me for spending like an hour on the phone or an hour on my computer or something instead of doing something else. And now he spends an hour, 2 hours looking at the goddamn fucking thing. And I'm like, nice hypocrisy going on here. That's interesting. You know what I mean? It's like this whole era just took over the world, and it's like, I don't know. But what I really want to see is like companies making video games that actually run. Like, if you have to take it down a notch on the graphics, just do it. Like, if the affordable gaming rig is not capable of running the games of today with utmost performance, then just don't develop games like that. Wait a few more years until everybody has the capability of running those games on a proper performance with proper quality, and then you start developing those games. I feel like we took a step further way too fast, and we're just like we've evolved in some ways too much, and other ways we're just going back to it. We're just going back to like caveman days. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me to think about it. Anyways, that was pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys very much for listening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember to follow the podcast if you haven't already. It really helps me out, and it gives me, some motivation to keep on doing this. And let me know if you'd like to have me talk about some other subject or something you think it's, dear to you or close to you or something. I'll try to, If it's something I can talk about, I'll talk about it. If it's something I can't talk about it, I'm not like those idiots that, I can talk about anything you want because I'm super smart. I don't do that. There are subjects I don't talk about because I just don't know anything about them. And I feel like if I don't know anything about them, there's no point in talking about them because I'm just going to make a fool out of myself. Anyways, guys, thank you guys very much for listening, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.